the main job of the main job of your Palo Alto Firewall. Okay, this is the main which has become very famous. That is your application ID, user ID, and your content ID. Okay, so as you know that, so this is a few things which apply your Palo Alto Firewall will do the major role. Okay, identify the applications. The application in the sense of your what the application is going to do. Application protocol, decoding. Okay, first application protocol, detection, encryption. In application protocol, decoding, it does a job for the decoding. And next thing is for your application signature, then heuristic 6. So these are the basic job application will identify when any traffic is coming inside, okay, in your organizations. So if you talk about user ID, so user ID is going to monitoring your login, role of discovery, what you are, and your user ID, end station pooling, and your captive portal. Just try to gather your informations. Okay, this is one more job done by your Palo Alto in terms of your user ID. So next thing is your content ID. So in content ID, going to scan your content. So what kind of content are talking about? So before break, I was talking about like any, I'm not going to allow your exe file. I'm going to create the policy. So on the Palo Alto firewall, uh, and I want to allow you the other traffic like doc file, PPT file, or PDF files. Okay, I'm not going to block your exe files. So as we can see in the entity laptop, so if you install any exe file, you can download it, but you're not supposed to install it. Have noticed? You can check. So even I tried to install some softwares on entity because you're not supposed to install any exe applications apps in your laptop because it belongs to the entity assets, right? So there's a best example. So apart from these, okay, your data like SSN, your file filtering does the job, and your threats like your vulnerability exploits, virus, your spywares, and your URLs, especially the web URLs. We can see a lot of unwanted URL files are generating every day, right? So unauthorized person also generating it. So now discuss more about this application ID. This all we can say this is a comprehensive applications visibility, guys. So what are the technologies it has been deployed in all the firewalls is all of the comprehensive technology. Okay, policy-based control more than 1,200 applications distributed across the 5 categories and 25 subcategories. So a Palo Alto firewall is going to control more than 1,200 applications. So balancing mixed with
Can I
the
have a sir?
business and internal and networking applications and
Okay.
networking protocols.
Wait, you do. I'll listen to what he's telling.
Next part of the session is like 3 to 5 new application added weekly because every day is going to add the applications weekly because every day application are increasing, data also increasing, number of users also increasing, and your content also get increasing every day, right? So the other reasons of Palo Alto, so that lot of application means you have to filter the lot of applications of applications whenever you're trying to penetrate your internal organization. So application override and customer HTTP application help address your internal applications. So so these applications means it's trying to filter that applications whenever it's trying to, especially it's coming from HTTP traffic, right? So the fundamentally difference is, okay, we can see this diagram. Okay, the starting point what we're going to check. Okay, check IP and port number. Okay, this is all that your old this is traditional firewall does the job. So whereas when you generate the report in the Palo Alto firewall, the report and enforcement policy. So what are the things is going to do it only in the application perspective? Okay, check application signature. Okay, in application signature, okay, you're going to check your SSL decryption. So as we can see, the digital signature is the best example we can see. It will check the authentication. So in SSL decryption is going to do what? Here also will create separate policy check. In this policy check, what you are going to do, we decode that information and check the signature. So decoding, everybody cannot do it. Okay, only the authorized application or authorized person can do it. So now here we are talking about authorized application is going to check. It will decode. It decode means opening that application, okay, the data, then check the signature. As we can see, some sites, it will show you whenever you open the Chrome or Firefox or any web browser, okay, it will show you that uh, this site is not secure. Do you want to continue, yes or no? Right. So the problem is that SSL, they are not configured. Okay. So next thing is it will check, identify the traffic for inside your decoding. If it is unknown protocol decoded, so what is going to do? This is come under your applicable apply for so heuristics policy check. Is God going to accept it? So this type of report and policy enforcing will be generated by your application ID. This is done by your application ID. The user ID. So user no longer identify the solely by your IP address. So like he cannot use whatever the IP address he wants. Uh, solely he'll be whatever IP address he cannot use it. So leverage the existing Active Directory infrastructure without complex agent rollout. Identify the citric user and its type policy user group, not just IP address. So not only it will not work based on your IP address. Is going to work on your user ID. So what kind of user ID, what kind of your role monitoring, okay, and your portal. You should know the portal as well, the user ID. Best example, as I said, okay, when you check in my details in your entity, just type the name. You can see what is my details, what is my role. Okay, you can see. Okay, understand the user application and threat behavior based on your actually AD user name. Okay, not just the your IP address. Manage the enforce policy based on your user and your AD group. Like your group, as you know, the best example, we can see everybody is a part of the group. Have you noticed? And you people also, you are GT trainee, you have a group, right? I'm talking about your email address group, not your based on your which project you are going to deploy or which team you are belongs to. So investigate security incidents, generate the customer reports. So how the previous slide, so he's generating this report, okay, and same thing, this guy is also generating the report. So content, real-time content scanning. So what it does means, whenever you try to download, okay, so the first job will be done the scanning. First, it will give the alerts. So do you want to download? As we can notice here, this is a malicious content. So do you want to download? Do you want to continue? Yes or no, it allows the options, right? So first job will be done by scanning. Detect the block a wide range of threats. So limited unauthorized data transfer and control the non-working related the web surfing. Okay, so next part is like stream based. As you know, the stream based, not file based, on the real time performance. Real time also is going to scan, not only the downloading part. So uniform signature engine scan for the broad range of the threats in a single pass. So even you can see that, as I told you, the vulnerability exploit for the IPS, virus, yes, spyware, both downloading or even for the phone home also. Even home also, like unwanted calls will come. That one also it gets scanned. So that at least next time we'll get alerts so that we can block based on his application, based on his policy, based on his IP address also we can able to block it. So block transfer sensitive data with the file transferring by the types. Look for CC and SSN patterns, uh, and even the web filtering also it does via integrated URL database. So local 200 megabytes URL database, 76 category maximum performance. It will perform up to 1000 URL per second. Every second is going to filter your URL 1000 seconds. It's going to filter it. Dynamic database setup for the local, regional, or industry focused surfing platform. So this is a few applications what we talk about the content ID in the Palo Alto Firewall. So now, so how the ID technology work together? Like how these three things will. These are three the main core of the Palo Alto Firewall. We can see. So what is the traffic, and it is allowed by application ID. We can see. So these things are authentic one. Port number, SSL, HTTP, right? SSL it will authenticate whether this website talking about the Gmail. As you know that it is authentic. So this will does the job whether the Gmail is authentic or not. Okay, then it will check Apple Talk. We are going to use these applications. So in that, this is the inbound traffic, right? This is the inbound traffic. So in inbound traffic, what are the things it does? Okay, allow this specific user or ID. Okay, this guy is authentic now. We are allowing this guy. Okay, what risk or threats are in the traffic? Now, if you check the content ID, so we can see the intrusion prevention, malware blocking, antivirus control, URL site blocking, encryption, and your compression files. So here check whether these guys are using some malicious. Because you can see even for the Gmail, we can see the spam mail, right? So some unauthorized person, what did the Gmail does means it will go and dump in your spam mail. Okay, and you are the user, like you have the because here this is the your end user application. The end user application is not controlled by Gmail or Google. That is your job. You can see, I'll show you my Gmail. Okay, you can see a lot of spam mail has become. So every day I'll delete it. So in some cases, okay, if the new person has been sent you the mail, okay, so it will go and dump in your spam mail. So one of my experience you can see is one of guy has sent me the mail. So since 1 week I'm waiting for his mail. So it has been dumped in the my Gmail, which is in the spam box. So he keep on calling me, has sent the mail. I checked the mail, so I didn't receive the mail. So later on, I checked. I think let me check in spam mail because I know guess like some another person. So of course that guy has sent with uh, public internet through he has sent the mail. So whenever the malicious mail has come, okay, your Gmail has the application. Your Gmail is application what you are using it, end user application. Okay, it will definitely go and dump to your spam mail. So then I checked in spam mail. So I received mail 1 week back. Here that guy has sent to me. Okay, that all job will be done by your content ID. Okay. So now the single pass parallel process architecture, what it does means single pass, what it does means, so we can see operation once per packet. So one packet is going to filter. So we can see, so pass single pass software. Okay. Traffic classified application identify, user group mapping, content scanning, threads, URL, confidential data, one policy. Where we can create one policy. So in one policy, these are the job it has to manage. What job? Policy engine, application ID, user ID, content ID, and networking. Whereas the policy, so function specified policy process the hardware engine. So what is the here we can see parallel processing hardware. So it does the two job, control plane and data plane. In the control plane, you are going to manage your content security and networking. What it does means it separates the data and control plane. That is a very good feature which required for in terms of any security breach in the network. Means is going to segregate. Okay, so as previously I told the Cisco people what it does for the business thing, so they will divide the network. Okay, one for the URL separate device to filter, one for the protocol, one for the packet, one for the URL. So different they will segregate it. So here the Palo Alto, so all things they have integrated and make the single box. So that application, that all job will be done in the one single box. That is a part of your single architecture. That is will call SP3, function specific parallel processing hardware, which does up to 20 gig speed, which is with low latency. Okay, you're following, guys?
Yes, Taj.
Yes, Taj.
Yeah, of course, this is a theory part, so it takes time to understand. So I will share this URL link so we can go through the slide once. Okay, so so what I'm going to do, so secret of the real. What is a next generation? NGFW means so next generation firewall. Okay, parallel processing versus the serial processing. So no dedication engine per security features. So consistent syntax for the all the thread capacity. Okay, so here in application user awareness of the policy decision point. Okay, you can see only allow those application who want. Okay, for well-known user, it will check whether you are the known user or whether you are the unknown user. Actively reduce the threat vector. Okay, what is going to explain about this next generation firewall means? So it's going to give the parallel process rather than your single process. In a single process, one by one going to check for the one users. Whereas the next generation firewall, they added the application that is a parallel process. So in the parallel process is going to do the multiple users, multiple devices scanning and filtering, decoding, encoding your application identity, your user identity, and your content identity. So these all three job will be done in the one single task. That is the best application we can see in your coming next generation firewall. So now next thing is powerful network processor we are using. We can do the routing, NAT, and quality of services. So what are the enhanced hardware feature added? No regular data center process. So very high core density, because to process this application URL, it's require high end this one, right? Hardware resource for your processor, RAM, cache, memory required. So very flexible. So no flex iterations like your ASCIIs. SSL, IPsec, decryption, accelerator are integrated with next generation firewall. Fast but multi-purpose content scanning engine. Support consistency inspection of your syntax. So it does the inspection of your, this is same thing how we configured is Cisco firewall. ESA firewall, I think 5505 firewall we configured, I think inspection syntax. So inspection syntax, what is talking about? So he's talking about the filtering of your ICMP, TCP, HTTP traffic, whether you want to allow or deny. So as per this thing, we allow the traffic to route the traffic to the ISP sites. Okay. So in other words, next generation firewall control the next distant threading. Okay. So this I think we'll discuss tomorrow, because I'm going to do some interesting part, full complex network security. Okay. So this part I want to discuss tomorrow, guys. Okay. Let me start with the what are the application required uh, to do the Palo Alto firewall, even Checkfan, ESA, and routing switching part. Okay. That we shall discuss now. Okay. So let me close this. Okay, so how many people have been heard about GNS, guys? See how we can do this lab, guys. Let me explain some applications, some uh, image files, how we can do the configuration, guys. The first thing is the lab, how we can do uh, lab for your Cisco. What a lab we can do? We can do your Palo Alto, and even we can do your Fortinet. We can do checkpoint and your any end user softwares. Yeah, end user development, I'm talking about the OS. So we can install Windows 10, Windows 11, Windows 7, your XP, all the application. Now, what are those applications? Can use it. Okay, so application we can use the two things here. So GNS3, GNS3, and EU, EVNG, environment of a virtual environment, virtual engine, I think. Your network graphic. Okay, these two applications. These other applications is available like net site in Europe. Other people they use it. So most popular nowadays are these two. So we can do this all networking lab. So why this required, guys? Because as you know that, so just if you want, okay, one firewall, okay, if you take one firewall, so it cost about almost I think 5,000 USD, almost 4,000, 5,000, 8,000 firewall, because we can't buy and do the hands-on experience lab uh, at home, right? At home in the company also they will not buy it. Very difficult. If you talk about the router, if you take router, even like small router, even refurbished routers, if you take, so it doesn't cost you about I think 50K. Some basic also we can find in 20K, because we can't buy these hardware devices, right? To do the hands-on. Fine. Okay. So now these GNS, okay, the image files are required. These are the applications. So here we got the two things. So you can buy this one. Community is a free of cost. You can download and install your GNS3 in your laptop. So in GNS, it will come into three different flavor. So one more flavor is that is a paid. Also, this we'll call it as a professional. Okay, in community versions. Okay, so it will come into. We can install in your bare metal. Even it will come. We can install in VMware workstation. Okay, and VMware player. So one more flavor is you can install in even VMware Fusion. Have you heard about this, guys? Guys, are you there? Or all people have been logged out
Yes, Raj.
from this training?
No, no, we are
Yes,
there.
yes, sir.
Okay, then I am asking one question here.
You know what is VM, but
How many of them are aware of
Virtual
this?
machine.
Where virtual machine.
VM.
See, VMware is a company name.
That is virtual machine, right?
Yeah, I know these are virtual machines. Let me discuss because now I am going to show you the lab setup. I'm going to install which are the applications, what are the image file required, so how to configure it that. Okay, so tomorrow, I will explain the few slides, maybe 1 hour, 1.5 hour theory. That's full day. We'll do the lab tomorrow. So as you know that today till I think we have to. I'm going to take till 3:30. So as Anshika has, she said me to till 3:30. Again, we have the other session. It seems. Okay, so let's discuss what is this VMware. VMware is a company name. Okay, virtual machine warehouse, guys. Virtual machine warehouse, as we can see the company name. So this company, so this company has got lot of products. Okay, because I don't want to open the website of the VMware, because you can find a lot of many VMware products. You will get confused. So why I'm not showing the VMware website is so you people know you'll get confused there. That the reasons like what is our requirement. So our requirement is these two application has to be installed in the which are the software required and image files are required. So to do the lab, guys, so these are all the labs we can do it. Okay, and other things what else we can do, whether we can take the lab rental. Okay, in lab rental also we can find your virtual lab rental, virtual lab, and one more is your physical lab. Okay, so for this we can find many companies who provide your lab rentals. Okay, per hourly basis they will charge. So as you know that, so these all are very expensive device, right? As I told you, this not the easy, very expensive devices. That's the reason. Okay, so most recommended the most network engineers, so even me. Okay, as I told you before that. Okay, so I have bought recently the server, Dell server at my office. Okay, where I have installed the VMware and EVNG applications in my server. In the server, I have already installed a few operating system like Windows 10 evaluation version. Even you people also you can install. I will tell you how to do this lab step by step before you people go to the lunch. So 1:30, I'm going to give the lunch, guys. Now it is 12:30 now. So in 1 hour, I'm going to explain what are the things we are going to do it now. Okay, so let's talk about these are the rental, guys, where you can available. So you can buy these all applications if you want to take the rental. Even I will tell you where to take this rental. So how much they cost, we can do this hands-on. So what lab we have done till now is only the Cisco product, right? We can't do in packet tracer this Palo Alto, Fortinet, Checkpoint, uh, all things we cannot do in packet tracer. In the packet tracer, what we did, all are basics till now. Okay. Now today's session will tell you what else we can do it here. Okay, we can't buy the device to do the hands-on the lab, right, at your home. Okay, so oh, it's loading again. So let discuss the new thing. What else things we can do it? Let browser. So networking. Let's go directly like GNS. Uh, see, it will show you the website if you want to check. Okay, GNS is packet tracer and GNS and EVNG. Okay, directly I want to show you directly GNS and EVNG. The difference, what are the difference between these two? So there's one more thing, the viral. Okay, we shall discuss about that one also. So as we can see, EVNG difference, what is talking about? Let's show you this part. Yeah. See, in both are same guys. If you take computation GNS3 and Eve, okay, our viral is the Cisco one. Cisco people, they have got it. So virtual inter routing lab, these people, Cisco people has been invited. This is to do the data center Cisco Nexus switches and Cisco 7000, 9000, 5000 series switches to do the hands-on, because it's very expensive. Those are data center switches. Okay, so what is GNS, guys? It's an open source free service client interface meant virtualization on the network emulations. It is a Python-based platform and it will perform like Cisco router platform. It will support all the vendors, guys. GNS, same thing. Eve also same. Both free community edition and the paid also available. Okay. So right now, so I have installed the GNS3 as well as the Eve. Okay. Uh, in my server. So I'm going to open in the after your first break, after lunch. I'll on my server and show you like what are the things I have installed. So something is showing the error. Okay, that we are going to resolve the issues. So access software image only access via the service contract or the program. The big issue with this thing means because to run this, we can install this software, no issues, but you must have the image file to run. Okay, so anybody has installed a Windows 10 in your VMware workstation, guys? Pranava, Deepika, or sorry, Diksha, Anshika, or Ashwita, Anjali, anybody installed in VMware workstation in your engineering?
No, Taj.
No one has. So I'll tell you the installation part directly. I will show you the
Taj,
installations
I
in.
have installed actually.
Okay, you answer. Good. Okay, I think to so no, when you want to install your any operating system in VMware or work in VMware Player or VMware Fusion, okay, uh, you must have the image file, right?
Yeah,
iOS
yeah,
file or OVF file, right?
yeah.
You must
Image
have.
files.
Okay, you must have the image file to install in your VMware workstation, right?
Hmm.
Here, when you want to have the uh, firewall image file also required for the Palo Alto. I think Cisco GNS, Cisco in the packet tracer. What you did, okay, you use the two firewall, right? 5505, 5506. Okay, for that you have the image files. So if I check, okay, few things I have downloaded recently. We can see, yeah. So these guys, this is the Palo Alto firewall, which has got, I think, 3 GB. So one more is this one I have downloaded. Okay. So this is not free of cost, guys. We have to pay for this. Okay. We have to pay for this. Then only we can allow you to download. We can see, right? So only accessible via the service contract or a program conducted by a college. Because most of the college, I think they'll not buy. Okay. For even you must have a partner with that this thing. Otherwise, you can't. Same thing for Eve also. And whereas this and viral, okay, access them with only the annual subscription. Okay, so we have to subscribe this, then only you can able to download these applications. We have a lot of specific feature for this. We'll go one by one. Let's check with the GNS3 latest version. If you talk, I'll open this and here I will open Eve. Okay, guys. So this is the EV and this is the GNS. We can see download. These are the open source. So we can download it. Okay. So if you want, we can download the application. If you are using the Windows machines, we can install this download. If you are using the Mac, okay, Apple, we can download this. If you are using the Linux, we can use the Linux. And optimization performance, make sure that also we must have the your download the GNS VM. Okay, in GNS VM, if you click, okay, it will show you the four options. Okay, whether you want to download in virtual box, okay, the virtual box belongs to the Oracle company, guys. Okay, and VMware belongs to VMware company, VMware Workstation or and the Fusion. So this Fusion, what we can see on the screen, so this support, especially they are designed for the Apple Mac OS. Depending upon like which PC you are using, in the PC, which operating system you are using. Okay, VMware ESXi. Okay, this is also VMware ESXi, which I had downloaded yesterday. Okay, I installed it. I'll show you that. So this also we can download, like depending upon which we are using. Suppose we are using like Microsoft Azure, we want to install in the Google Cloud, sorry, in the Microsoft Azure Cloud, then you must install this application, not this all. Okay, so this is about the GNS. Open source, we can see, we can download open, just open if you want. I will copy and paste, because as you know that guys, in NTT, so in your laptop, okay, so you're not supposed to install this any application, whether you can't install the EU, even we can't install your GNS. Fine. So my recommend for you to do this lab is, if you have the laptop, please install this software. First install your VMware workstation. Okay, then download this. Okay, so image file. So I will share you the image uh, at my Google Drive. So I have a lot of image files. We can do the hands-on in your personal laptop, not the official laptop, which is not only because you take a lot of permission for this. It will not allow you to install or download any application. Right now I can download, but I can't install this. Okay, if you go for the EU, if you go to the download option, okay, so we can see this EU professional, means this is the paid one. So free EU community. So I have installed this free, right? Free option. This is enough to do the lab for us, guys. Okay. So for Apple client, we should install the client as well as the Apple. They are using this one for Linux for other resource calculations. Suppose if you want to how much hardware required, that also we can do it. There's a document also we can download how to install the document. Even like there's like a cookbook for community and professional. So we can follow this document how to install the E in your laptops or in your computers. Even server also we can install it. Okay, let's discuss about this thing, guys. What file you have to download, which file you have to download. So in the E, uh, whether you want the OVA file, so where you have it will support. Uh, let's go to this community edition directly. So already I have installed, I had downloaded this application, this file, this OVA file. I think OVA file I had downloaded. Okay, if you want to install VMware Workstation Player, this is a free of cost. I think we can download. So if you click
Hello,
here,
Raj. One
yeah,
doubt. Is this
yeah.
software available in this company portal, like even
No, I
GNS and all?
no. I don't think so. Let me check this on company portal. If you open the company portal, I don't think so. These all softwares we can able to install it.
If you tell them to add, then we can do in this laptop only, right? 16 GB RAM is there.
So you have to check, guys, because already I asked them to give the access. That's the reason I'm taking online training. Otherwise, I would have come to office.
Okay.
The lab setup, how to configure, how to do the lab set. And to configure this setup is not easy job. It takes a lot of time to understand. See, check the proxy and firewall run on this thing. Okay, so these are the files we can download and install it. For document, we can go through this document, how to install. You see the content, it will show you how to install each and every step. It will show you. You can download it, very easy to download, or else I will download and send you, or I will send you the URL link. You can download directly in the Teams. And this, I don't think so, it will allow you to this thing, but you can see the document. So document URL link I have shared you. And same thing for GNS also, I will send you the link.
Taj, I have one doubt.
Yeah.
So for this lab, what laptop we should use for exam?
For this lab, for the lab, this lab I need to check with Anshika and Rashmi. So I'll
No,
update you.
you told that we have to install all this in our personal laptop, right?
Yeah, so we can do the hands-on there. Okay, we can do,
But
or else
when
we
it
can
comes
buy
to the
the.
assessment,
Hmm?
when it comes to the assessment, then what we'll do?
See, if you talk about assessment, okay, so assessment I have not yet decided. Okay, so let me discuss with the Rashmi and Anshika. We'll update to you. So how we can
No,
conduct
I
this
asked
lab.
Anshika this morning,
Hmm,
like what and all assessments we have for this time,
hmm.
and she was like, you have Cisco, Palo Alto, and one more firewall for the assessment this time.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the reason I have planned. I told to Anshika there is 3 firewall which Cisco, Palo Alto, and Checkpoint. So 3 firewall you have the training in your curriculum in your syllabus. So once these training has been done, so then we'll check how we can conduct the assessment for these firewalls. Okay. So see, this all software is what I had discussed. Okay. So we have whether you can install in your laptop, your personal laptop, or else you can go for your lab rental. Another option
Raj,
means I will try to yeah,
Raj, we can do one more thing. No,
yeah.
we can install VMware in this laptop and put on Windows OS and then use GNS in that.
First of all, I think VMware, I think it's not possible, Vishnu, because the issue is the main issue is the 16 GB also not sufficient.
Okay.
See, I will tell you. I'll show you the server, guys. I will on in another few minutes. Uh, I'll show you the my lab setup. Okay, then I'll show you. Okay. Okay, so let's me. These are the softwares are required for this. Okay, now, so image file, guys, as you know that we require a lot of the image files for this. After this, let me open the browser now. So I already shared the link. If you go to the VMware, so we can able to download this. These are the free of cost. You can download in your personal laptop. I think in the personal laptop, uh, if possible, I will share you my server to do the lab. Okay, so most probably I am planning to buy this professional edition. If you go for this one professional edition, okay. So this is the subscriptions. If you click on buy session, okay, so you can buy and we can use this software. It is very helpful for professional or for the corporates. So how to configure these, how to pay. So you can see, right? This is $140 plus VAT. You need to pay online for this. How to pay has given. The cost is so 140 means it cost about 12 to 13,000. This is for 1 year, guys. So doesn't once if you buy this one also, you must have the image file. These files, these all image files to run this. And whereas packet tracer, what you did till now, just to open it will open because only basic configuration we can do it. These all things we can do it. So what is the main advantage of this? And guys, see when you are going to implement any deploy any to the big organizations, directly they will not give the access and connectivity. Direct will not do the complicate. You are this thing. First thing they will design the network infrastructure in the EU or GNS. Okay, everything real testing we can do it here. Not only that, what are the commands we are using? Same command directly we can copy and paste in the real devices. It will work 100% once if you connected. Okay, so I'll try to give. Let's see how does it works. These all the softwares are required to connect it. So okay, so let's start with other sessions now. So what are the hardware required? As I told you guys. So I think installation required and hardware requirement, right? So what are the things are required, guys? For installation required. So these all the software are required to install. Now we talk about your hardware requirement. So as per this thing, I think 32 GB of RAM required. And processor. So minimum of 8 core. You can Google it. You can check like what are the hardware minimum requirement in the EU. I think the document I think we have seen. The doc. I think I have read that this document. Okay, so this document I think has shared this link. Yeah, so I have shared this link. So you can download and go through it. So it's required a lot of hardware resource because by default your Palo Alto it will take 4 GB of RAM. Suppose if you take even if you're on the laptop also, if you install inside as Vishnu said, how much you are going to install? If you install one Palo Alto firewall, it takes by default 4 GB, and your Windows operating system required 4 GB, 8 GB is done. So what about you are running other PCs, right, for testing all in that? How we are going to run it? But we can do some basic configuration there. It can be possible, but thing is like how you should take the permission. I don't know like how whether the entity people will allow you to do that. Okay, so let's jump to this one, guys. This is the minimum requirement for the hardware. Still, if you have more than that is well enough, is really help you out to do the lot of labs. So after this, you need to install the licensing part, all and that. Okay, so let me on my server, guys, so that I will access the server and I'll show you that. Okay. So meanwhile, So let's stop this recording.